Hey guys, Paul Peck here. Hey, I just wanted to do a quick unboxing of the Knockdown Texture Sponge by the Texture Master, and also a real quick demonstration on how to do a small drywall repair and then match the Knockdown texture with the Knockdown Texture Sponge. So stay tuned because I'm going to show you the whole step-by-step process all the way through to painting the repair on the Knockdown textured ceiling. Now you can knock down texture like a pro. So here's the sponge, and it does come with directions. Get that unfolded. Yeah, it comes with some pretty good directions, also some tips as well. So I'm going to leave a link in a card above and also in the description below for the directions. Tells you how to mix the joint compound and also how to apply with the sponge. All right, so here's the little area that I'm going to be repairing. It's a water damaged tape joint. It looks like from a small leak. First thing you want to do is scrape off any loose areas, whatever kind of repair you're doing. Again, these sponges are great for small repairs and blending textures that a homeowner or DIYer can do. It's even good for contractors, painters, just to match a small area that's not worth hiring a pro or going out and buying a hopper and all this stuff just to do a small repair. So just scrape all the loose areas away, or I do have other videos on some different types of ceiling and drywall repairs. So check that out. I'll leave a link in the description. That's what it looks like after I've scraped it. Next, I like to take a can of Kills and prime the area because it's dusty under there where you scrape, and also there might be a water stain. So a little bit of Kills seals it up, make sure your mud sticks real good. Alright, so I'm going to just lightly go over with a 6-inch knife with some joint compound on that area. I used a 20-minute quick setting compound by USG. Just speeds up the process because this is an actual job that I'm on for some homeowners. Alright, so I got the Knockdown Texture Sponge and some all-purpose joint compound. Thinned it down just a little bit, not much. Just want to get the air bubbles out and keep it smooth consistency. You don't want it to thin down much at all. So what you want to do is just kind of get some mud down in the holes of the sponge in the mud pan and just kind of go out the repair. I didn't have to sand this repair, but your repair you might need to sand around the edges or something depending on your skill level. So what you want to do is you want to just dab it and pull as you dab, and it'll bring down the joint compound, which is going to create the knockdown texture. So just keep dabbing. I know the video is a little rough. I was holding my iPhone 6 and filming this. It was on the fly. I just decided to do it since I had all the stuff. So that's what it's going to look like after you apply the joint compound to the ceiling. Kind of just feather it out just a little bigger than the repair. so it blends. So I've let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to take my 6-inch stainless steel drywall knife and lightly go over it. You also want to see what direction the previous texture was knocked down. You can tell by the size of the splotches. So don't want to go over it too hard. Just get it knocked down a little bit. We're going to be going over it again. Let it dry another 10 minutes, and this gets any chunks or anything that formed, and you can kind of blend the texture a little more. Again, light pressure. Keep the pressure light. Don't worry about any of those little chunks. Once it's dry, you can scrape it off. That's what it should look like. It's going to blend perfectly. This house has been sold. They didn't even have to do the repair. They just were being nice. So here, check it out. I'm going to take the 6-inch knife again and just scrape off any of those chunks, if there are any. And you can kind of blend with that knife again. It's all about the blending, feathering out. You don't want to gouge it, go light, and matches pretty darn good. You can just fine tune it with your knife. Again, I'm going to use the kills to seal this area, and it also, helps the paint adhere. So I'm going to do one heavy coat of paint. They did have some extra sealing paint left over. Lightly spray the kills on the new joint compound so it absorbs pretty much the same as the other sealing areas. Alright, so I'm just going to use a small Wizzy. You could use a brush, but the Wizzy will just put a good stipple over the existing. It'll match better. So it helps match it to the existing paint job. So it's a small paint roller and a small paint roller tray. I call them a Wizzy. Some people call them a hot dog roller. And the area's already been primed with the kills. It's an oil-based stain blocking primer. You can get it at most big box stores or paint stores. So all you're going to want to do is just roll it on. That's a 3/4 inch Wizzy nap, which is the roller part. The paint looks a little different right now because it's wet. Once it dries, it's going to blend perfectly. So you just want to get it good and soaked in, roll it out. Oh, another thing I did, and I'll put a link in the description, is I created a bubble around where I was going to be working because the family's home, they got a baby. I wanted to contain any dust or anything in here. So the way I create a bubble to contain dust is pretty cool. Check it out. Link in the description. I'm just feathering it out lightly. When I load up the roller, I hit the repaired area first and then roll out from that, gradually to nothing. That way the repair is going to blend. It's real easy when you've got the matching paint, that's for sure. But you can still get it close and feather it out. There's enough things going on in shadows that you can do it. So here's the repair. Turned out pretty good, didn't have to break out much equipment. The homeowner was nice enough to leave me a great Google review. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I've got all kinds of how-tos, tips and tricks, and even some project videos. So subscribe, check me out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.